You don't need to be a psychic to see that we are being pushed toward a cashless society. And you don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to know what's being sold as convenience is really all about control. More than 400 bank branches have closed across our country last financial year. Now, for perspective, that's 11% of all branches disappearing in the last 12 months. It continued a trend that has seen branch numbers decline by 37% in the past 6 years. We're told we don't need bank branches because we have ATMs. Well, good luck finding one of those. Figures from the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority show the number of ATMs across the country fell from 13,814 in 2017 to just 6,412 in June 2022. The big banks recently agreed to momentarily halt branch closures, but only because the speed of closure was starting to spook the horses, and so it should. A cashless society, while convenient, will be quickly turned into a digital prison where absolutely nothing will escape the all-seeing eye of government and those who control the levers of power from deep within the shadows. That's not some wacky conspiracy theory. Justin Trudeau demonstrated exactly what governments will do in the future when, during the pandemic, he froze the bank accounts of citizens who opposed him. Now think about that. We're not talking about China or North Korea or some other communist dictatorship. We're talking about a democratically elected Western government telling its people, get on board with our plan, or we will remove your ability to buy and to sell. Crazy. Now imagine what a premier like Chairman Dan Andrews would have done if he had the power to wipe people's bank accounts with a single keystroke, or Anastasia Palaszczuk, or Mark McGowan, or former Northern Territory First Minister Michael Gunner. Without access to cash, citizens are completely at the mercy of the government. And prior to the pandemic, we might have thought that our governments were benign, but we now know better. A cashless society makes every person in the country trackable and hackable. And that is exactly what our political elites want for us. They want to track our every move. They want the ability to hack our accounts if we ever step out of line. No government should be given that much power. Now, as Australians, we're pretty laid back and we are pretty trusting. Having enjoyed 200 years of peace and prosperity, we assure ourselves that the abuses we see in other countries would never, ever happen here. The wanton, flagrant abuse of civil liberties that we saw during the pandemic should be a wake-up call to every single Australian, no matter their political leanings. Only a fool puts his total faith in government, and only a fool can convince himself that it's okay to be denied access to cash. Remember, the government is not your friend, and the government does not care about you. I'm Senator Rutherford for the United Australia Party.